Welcome to Pop Analysis. You know, that thing I do at the end of every month. Today we're going to be looking at 1-800-273-8255 by Logic, featuring Alessia Cara and Khalid. Wow, really? We're doing the anti-suicide song? Well, this show just got heavy. Logic. Sir Robert Bryson Hall II is an American hip-hop artist, most known for his song
This that execution. This is what the people said they wanted from the young boy, from the guy. This that execution.
in addition to being on the Suicide Squad album with
I'm just a sucker for pain.
I've been at it with my homies, it don't matter, you don't know me. I've been rolling with my team.
album was a bit better than the movie. And before you ask, no, he has not been knighted because he's American. That Sir is actually part of his legal name.
Alessia Cara.
Alessia Cara, also known by her real name, Alessia Cara, is a pop singer most known for her songs
No scars, see you're beautiful. We stars and we're beautiful.
and
All you have to do is stay a minute. Just take your time. The clock is ticking.
Khalid.
Khalid Legend Robinson is an R&B singer, his most popular songs being
So won't you send me your location? Let's focus on communicating good.
and
To get while we're young, dumb and broke. Young, dumb and broke.
Background.
the track was originally released April 28th, 2017, and it charted the following month at number 61. It rose a little, then fell a little, and skyrocketed all the way up to number 3. Given this is being released the day the charts update, so it might not be 3 anymore. It might be something else. Who knows? Go look at it. Its rise in popularity as of late can very much be attributed to the fact that World Suicide Prevention Day happened just last month on September 10th. The name of the song is actually the number for the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. The song's popularity helped the hotline receive an increase of calls of about 27%, and in addition, visits to the website increased by about 100,000. How's that for the power of music? The track is off of Logic's album Everybody, which was released on May 20th, 2017. The other singles from that album include the namesake track,
Everybody people, everybody bleed, everybody needs some, everybody love, everybody know.
and
I ain't here to pick and choose, I ain't here to sing the blues, I'm just here to spread the clues, I'm just here to spread the news, everybody know I do, listen.
all the artists involved are credited as writers, Logic also being credited as a producer. Another writer and producer for the track is Arjun Ivaturi, also known as Six. Six is Logic's go-to producer and was the executive producer off of his previous 2 albums, Under Pressure and The Incredible True Story. Outside of Logic, though, Six really has no tracks on the pop charts. 1-800-273-8255 is released by both Def Jam Records and Visionary Music Group.
Form.
The track is a hip-hop song, about 4 minutes and 10 seconds, is in the key of F minor, 4/4 time, and is about 100 beats per minute. The song opens with a very soft intro. Shortly thereafter, we open with the first pre-chorus,
I've been on the low, I've been taking my time, I feel like I'm out of my mind.
which then is followed by the first chorus.
I don't wanna be alive, I don't wanna be alive.
Logic then gives us his first verse.
All this other shit I'm talking about, they think they know it. I've been praying for somebody to save me, no one's heroic.
This is then followed by the second pre-chorus,
I feel like my life ain't mine. Who can relate? Woo!
which is obviously then followed by the second chorus.
I want you to be alive, I want you to be alive.
This takes us to the second verse done by Alessia Cara.
It's the very first breath when your head's been drowning underwater.
She is immediately followed by Logic doing the third verse in the song,
Just trying to set a little light, it can be hard.
after which we get the last pre-chorus.
I've been on the low, I've been taking my time, I feel like I'm out of my mind.
And then the last chorus.
I finally wanna be alive, I finally wanna be alive.
Khalid then shows up at the end of the song to do the outro.
Pain don't hurt the same, I know.
The song then ends on a hard, emotional cut.
I don't even wanna die anymore.
Instruments.
The song is texturally very thick, given all the instruments are really only doing one thing, and that is supporting the
Chords.
The chords are very simple and repeat this dotted half note quarter note pattern, going D flat, E flat, F minor, A flat. It repeats that 3 times, and the 4th time it comes around, the first measure is kept the same, but the second measure is changed. Rhythmically, it goes half note, then 2 quarter notes, and the added chord is an E flat chord with a G in the bass. All the other instruments support this harmonic progression, either by adding to it or playing it verbatim, like in the guitar part. As far as the other instruments go, the strings do this sort of rising and falling pattern, rising in the bass, lowering in the higher voices, and that extra note they have in passing makes that A-flat chord just a bit more special because of the added second. The chorus does the same thing, given it's a bit more rhythmically interesting.
I don't wanna be alive. I don't wanna be alive. Vocals.
Boy, is there a lot to go over here, so we're just gonna get right to it.
Pre-chorus.
This is the one part that actually doesn't change all that much throughout the song. The only 3 notes in the pre-chorus are B flat, C, and then that low E flat with a lot of repeated 16th notes.
I've been on a low, I've been taking my time. I feel like I'm out of my mind. It feel like my life ain't mine.
This phrase is repeated twice. The first time it ends with Logic's shoutout going who can relate, and the second time it just leads into the verse. Speaking of which...
Logic's first verse.
Logic's first verse is entirely 16th notes minus the last measure in the phrase, and melodically speaking, there's not much really going on.
All this other shit I'm talking about, they think they know it. I've been praying for somebody to save me, no one's heroic. And my life don't even matter, I know it, I know it, I know I'm hurting deep down, but can't show it.
The second half of this verse is more rhythmically varied, and there's even a bit more of a melodic contour given the range of the melody is still not huge.
I never had a place to call my own. I never had a home. Ain't nobody calling my phone. Where you been? Where you at? What's on your mind? They say every life precious, but nobody care about mine. Alessia Cara's verse.
Alessia Cara's verse is a bit more rhythmically complicated from the get-go, given her melody is still not that complicated in terms of her actual notes. It's mostly C and B flat with the occasional E flat and the occasional A flat.
It's the very first breath when your head's been drowning underwater, and it's the lightness in the air when you're there chest to chest with the lover.
The second half of her verse maintains that rhythmic complexity, but broadens the range a little bit, doing many more melodic leaps.
It's holding on though the road's long, I'm seeing light in the darkest things. And when you stare at your reflection, finding hope in who it is, I know that you'll thank God you.
Logic's second verse.
The biggest difference between Logic's verses is the second one has a lot more space to it because he puts a lot more rests in between his lines.
I know where you been, where you are, where you're going. I know you're the reason I believe in life. What's the day without a little night? I'm just trying to set a little light.
This is extremely apparent in the second half of his second verse.
It can be hard, it can be so hard, but you gotta live right now. You got everything to give right now. Chorus.
The chorus done by Logic can be seen in between his first 2 verses, with a lot of 16th rhythms from his first verse, but with more space given to them, like in his second verse.
I don't wanna be alive. I don't wanna be alive. I just wanna die today. I just wanna die.
The second half of the chorus typically emphasizes what the first half of the chorus did, and a lot of repeated lines given with some slight melodic alterations.
I don't wanna be alive. I don't wanna be alive. I just wanna die. And let me tell you why.
For the most part, every chorus is the same, except for 2 very important things: the lyrics said, and who exactly is singing it. In the first chorus, we have someone talking from the first-person perspective, while in the second, someone is talking to another person. And more importantly, there are 2 people singing at certain times, like this.
I want you to be alive.
And this.
You don't gotta die.
And especially this part that brings into Alessia Cara's verse.
Now let me tell you why.
Now when we get to the third chorus, a completely independent voice is added over top of Logic's chorus.
I finally wanna be alive. I finally wanna be alive. I don't wanna die today. I don't wanna die.
As As the chorus continues, the drums completely drop out, leaving just the orchestral texture along with the two singers.
I finally wanna be alive. I finally wanna be alive. I don't wanna die.
The added voice now comes to the forefront, completely eclipsing Logic.
I don't wanna die.
The third chorus is extended, with this added voice continuing by herself.
I just wanna leave. I just wanna leave.
Khalid's outro. Khalid's part is drastically different from both Logic and Alessia Cara's, not just because he has a lower voice, but because his rhythms are much more relaxed.
Pain don't hurt the same, I know. The lane I travel feels alone.
Notice also that his contour starts low and then goes high before getting low again.
But I'm moving till my legs give out, and I see my tears melt in the snow.
Some of his parts are also much more melismatic than Logic or Alessia Cara's were.
But I don't wanna cry, I don't wanna cry anymore. I wanna feel alive, I don't even wanna die anymore. Oh, I don't wanna.
Of course, as he goes on, he becomes a bit more emotional in his singing, so melodically and rhythmically it simplifies near the end.
I don't even wanna die anymore.
Logic made this song with a very specific message in mind, and that message makes this song extremely emotionally powerful. And very few would doubt that, especially when there are lyrics in the song like,
I feel like my life ain't mine. I finally wanna be alive. I finally wanna be alive. I don't wanna die today. I don't wanna die.
goes to show you how diverse pop music can be. Last month we were feeling like a rock star, now we're preventing suicide.
I finally wanna be alive. I finally wanna be alive.